So this is the Yaesu ft991a, and if you've got one of these, you'll know it's a very capable radio. But I just wanted to point out a very handy feature, which I've explained to lots of people, not done a YouTube video on it, mind, but on the touchscreen at the bottom, you can change these 4 buttons to something which is relevant to the mode you're on. For example, I'm on FM there. It says the mode in the top left, FM. And I've got it set to be memory channel, RF power, tone, you know, for the repeaters, and channel dial step. Now, every mode I use on this radio, I've got different programmable buttons set. So if I'm on C4 FM, if I go to mode C4 FM, I've got the wires X button and the GM button. I don't want, you know, there's certain features I don't want on for different modes. Now, also on every single mode, I have got MCH as the first one and channel dial as the last one. And the reason for that is this knob here, this multi knob here in the bottom middle, that can be used to change channel, which is nice and convenient, or it can be used to change the VFO. So let me just put it in VFO mode. I'm in VFO, so we know where we are. I'm in VFO mode, and if I move the knob in the bottom right, look, that's going through the menus. That's nice, but I like it to be going through in the VFO, and it's very tricky to do it. So what I do is I just click that button, channel dial, steps, and then I can use it in the VFO. If you didn't have that button in, you would have to press function and go to the page where it's got channel dial. So how awkward is that? There it is there. All I wanted to do was move that and move the VFO. I don't necessarily want to use, you know, if I'm on HF, I don't necessarily want to use the big tuning knob. So pressing channel dial, it will also alternate through the steps, which is handy. Good, you know, it's a handy one to have. And when you touch it, it'll also go up in nice steps on the VFO. Now, if I was in, let's go to memory. I'm in memory mode now. Look, let's put it in memory mode. Are we in memory? VFO, memory, yeah. Memory 60. And if I move this, you know, to go around the channels nicely, it's doing absolutely nothing. Well, actually, it's changing the tone. Just saw it there, changing the tone. But what I've got it set to do is, if I put MCH, if I just quickly press that, it's nice and available right in front of you. Now I can go through my memory channels. Now, if I didn't have that there on the touch, on the 4 programmable touch buttons, if I didn't have that there, I would have to do this. If I wanted to go up and down the channels, I would have had to, you know, press function, find the page with MCH on, there it is, and press MCH that way, and then remove function, and go to the channel. So that's my tip. Change these 4 buttons to whatever you like, but just bear in mind that it's very handy to set them as MCH on every one and channel dial on every one of the modes because there's different buttons configurable on each mode. And to change the buttons, you go into function and you take it across to this panel where you can swap F1, F2, F3, F4. What can we swap? So RF power. You know, first of all, you choose the mode we're talking about. So the mode we're talking about is FM. So programmable buttons in the FM mode. If I want to change RF power, I would, you know, that you can see it's on 2, swap F2. So I'll press swap F2. This one will now be flashing RF power on the bottom. So if I want it to be something else, if I wanted that to be narrow and wide, it timed out too quick. Let's just do that again. Function. I find the page where you can swap it. So I've got to do this a bit quicker. It's because I'm behind the camera. So swap F2. So quickly find something else. Tone. So I've now programmed that to tone. If I wanted to swap it back again, which I do, swap F2 and I'm looking for power. Do think it times out a bit too quick. So I'm looking for power. Where's it gone? I've got to do it quickly now. There it is, RF power. Press function. So that's a handy tip for the Yaesu 991a. I think it'd work on the 991 as well. But I wish Yaesu had a dedicated knob, a knob for memory channel, so you wouldn't need to do this. But it's pretty cool. Right, 7.3. Hope that helped. 2E0 UKH.